Hello, it's Sally here. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to be working on my What is Slow Stitch project, and it's week 6, and I'm going to be showing you a couple more stitches which are what I would kind of class as decorative stitches. They kind of go on the top to embellish your work, and that is fly stitch and feather stitch. Feather stitch is one of the stitches that I do struggle with sometimes, so I have had a little bit of a practice just to refresh my mind, but it's one of those that I'm going to be using repeatedly throughout the rest of the book, just to keep refreshing my mind, like I did with the blanket stitch, how I'm starting the blanket stitch. And I'm finding now whenever I do a blanket stitch, it's coming a lot more natural to me, so the more I'm doing it, the more the easier it's getting. So we're going to concentrate on what I'm calling decorative stitches, and they are two of the decorative stitches, I suppose, fly and feather stitch for today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start. I've got my little tin of scraps here, because we've got a little book here and we don't need that many pieces of fabric, so I do like to use up my scraps. So what I'm going to do is just grab a few fabrics that I like the look of, and pop them on, and then I'm going to do decorative stitching over the top of them. So just sorting through, and I can already see a kind of like a colour theme starting already. Don't want any of that, possibly, and maybe one more. What's that one there? Too keen on that one, but I do like that one, so let's have a bit of that. What was the other one like? I'm just seeing if it's got more flowers on, but none of them. That's why it's been put in my scrap tin, because there's not that many flowers left on this. So we'll have that little bit there. Okay, so that's going to do for that. It really was just a quick browse in my scrap tin. When you're doing projects, always keep your scraps. I've got a tin. Oh, sorry, I've just gone and knocked everything. Especially for your scraps, just so that you can pick into them and get little pieces. There's another little piece there as well. That's quite nice. That's an edging off a curtain, and obviously I've cut it off. So I might get that. Might put that on as well. It's not really standing out. That's the problem. I might not put it on because it isn't standing out too much. I've got that one as well. That one does stand out. Maybe I'll put that one on. We could perhaps couch that as well, just to practice our couching. Quite like that. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do, something like that. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an invisible stitch. My mind's gone blank. Have I already showed you that one already? I'm just having a look. I don't think I've shown you the invisible stitch. No, it's like a tacking stitch. Okay, so we'll do that one first. So just taking one of my pages, I should have separated them all out to start with. I wonder if I can do that and that and that. Okay, so with just my sewing thread, just normal cotton, I'm going to come up in this corner here. I'm going to take a tiny back stitch and go along a little bit to the next one. So you've got a short stitch on the front and a long stitch on the back. And I'm going to do that all over my pieces, just to tack them down. And I haven't got to worry about pins. I might just put one a little bit closer to that edge. Just go over the edge. So I'm just doing the tiniest little back stitch. You don't have to do a back stitch, you can do a forward stitch if you want, but I just find it's easier. It just gives a better flow for me when I'm sewing. These haven't got to be perfect on here. When you get to the end, to go down a little bit, down to there, and then start all over again. Going up, back up this way. I'm just going to take those two off for a minute, and that one. So how are you all today? Hope you're all well and you're finding time to stitch. I've been doing a lot of sewing on my my Roxy project, doing my orchids this morning. But I thought I'd just pop off and film this. Sometimes it's hard. I find it hard to break away from one project when I'm in the middle of doing it and I'm enjoying doing the flowers. So I thought, no, I better start this, get this started. So I have had a busy weekend when I did my first in-person workshop last weekend. It was great fun, and it was lovely meeting new people, you know, like-minded people, and getting to know them, and sitting, stitching and chatting. It was very good, very nice, and got my next one booked for the first Saturday in March, but I don't know whether that's, it might be the first, I can't remember. My mind's gone blank now. Where did that one go? Was that one going that way? But yeah, looking forward to my next one, which is all about celebrating spring with a daffodil. We've got sunny yellow daffodils we're going to be slow stitching. Right, because I've just added this one, I'm just going to go up to the top because I didn't secure this one down. To there. I can't remember how I had that then. What did I do? Let's just see what I was going to do. I was doing that there. I think I might cut that down, that's too big. And that on there. Is that right? Something like that, wasn't it? Seems to be all of a block there, but not much I can do about it now. Like that. Somewhere I might. Go up here. It's looking a little bit wonky, but doesn't matter. Go along here. This stitch, I don't know whether it was invented by, but I know she brought it to the attention of Slow Stitchers by Jude Hill. If you haven't seen any of her videos, she doesn't do that many anymore, but she's a great teacher of different slow stitching techniques and methods. I highly recommend you have a look at her work if you're interested in slow stitching. I think I'm going to run out of thread. Okay, I don't think it's going to matter because the thread seems to be tied down, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Just tie that off. Like that, and then we can start sewing. So what I like to do is like to use a you can use contrasting cottons, but if you want to use your stitches to stand out, especially if they're decorative stitches, it's nice to have a contrasting colour. So I'm just going to get rid of some of these threads because they do get caught up when I'm stitching. I don't need all of those stray threads. As we're stitching, we're using the raw edge of the fabric. You do get a little bit of fraying, but it will eventually stop. Another one there. Let's just get rid of that. Okie dokie. So, contrasting colours. Red would be nice. What else have I got? I've got a lovely bright green there as well. I've just been using on another project. It's just caught my eye. I think I'm going to start with red. I'm just going to use two strands of this. There we go. So I'm going to start off with the feather stitch, and I like using feather stitch down the seams, so I'm going to be using feather stitch all the way down there. So this is the way I like to do it. I like to do it from the side, just because of the way, I don't know, I just find it easier. So you come up and you want to go down about the same level on a line, if you like, there, and you're making kind of like a V shape or a triangle shape. So you're going in the middle of those two where you come in. You come up, and I like to do this all on the top. I like to, rather than stab this, I like to sew from the top. It's just what I find easier. And you've made a V shape, and what you're going to do is you're going to go over this side and level with this. You're going to do a stitch here, and then you're going to come down there. So you're making another V. That one's a little bit large actually. So you're making V shapes all the time. I do find this one quite hard, especially to keep it neat and tidy. So mine will probably go all over the place, although I have been practicing. I have managed to do some tidy ones, but just doing little V's. Keep your thread down and into the middle. Over to that side and into the middle. Over to that side. I like to do it running down the seam, and it holds two pieces of fabric together. Or three pieces in this case, because I'm going to go over here to try and tie this piece in together as well, into it as well, because that's where my new seam will start now that we're leaving the check fabric and we're going onto the other floral. Just use your needle if it doesn't look right, just to kind of move it around to make that V. And it's one of those loopy ones again, like the buttonhole stitch was, where you're having to loop your thread around your needle. Over to that side. Okay, so we're coming off this floral piece now. I'm just going to carry it on. Some of my fabric's gone over the top of it, but just use your needle. You can just carry on down. Ouch. To the end. I might even go a little bit longer. Let's go on off the edge. There, like that. Do one more. Just go over that stitch. That's what it looks like on the back. There. That's not too bad. I don't mind that at all, actually. So that's the feather stitch. Now I'm going to show you the fly stitch. I'm going to use wanted like a yellowish, not quite yellow, but okay. I've got some yellow, this is woolly type of thread. Let's see how we go with that once I can get it undone. Not too sure what's gone on here. I think I've used this before and I've gone on. That's the bit that I've been used before. Yeah, it is. So we use this. Right, let's just see if I can get it. I don't know whether I can get it onto this needle or not. I may need my chenille needle. Let me just go and grab my chenille needle instead. Okay. So now I'm going to go down this one here. It's a bit crooked, but that's how I'm going to go. And I'm going to do a fly stitch. So with this one, again, it is the V. Maybe I'll be better on that way. So you're doing your V again, one over each side of your seam, and then you're going into the middle. And then you're doing a little tail, and you can do your little tails short or long, it doesn't really matter. And that's your fly stitch. So it's kind of like a single stitch. So another one. Over that side, into the middle, we're looping your thread and down. So over there, over that side, into the middle.
All right. What's up with you?
And over there. Apologies for the noise, my husband's just taken a call for work. So I'm just going to manoeuvre over because this seam isn't quite straight. And I'm doing my tail on this bit here just to tie it all down. Okay, so we're about off the end of the, I don't know whether I can catch that or not, it's a bit frayy. I've got it. And then one more. That's going to go onto this side of the fabric. Over there, try and catch that little corner. And down. There we go. And that's the fly stitch. So they are very similar, but one is kind of connected and one is not. Okay. So let's get a change of thread. That green, let's go with the green. I've got that green as well, that's nice. Let's go with that one. Okay, so there's just two strands here. I could use my other needle, but I'll keep with this one. So let's have another go at fly stitch. So I'm going to do these two here. It's okay, I'm going to twist it over. I just find it easier doing it this way. Hopefully you can see this colour. So my thread has just, there we go, just knotted up a little bit. There we go, and we're at the bottom again. Over we go. Okay, let's fill off my needle. There. So if we're doing this kind of collaging, then there are obviously other stitches you can use. So what you can do is you can go back and have a look through all of the stitches that we've already done. Running stitch is always a great one, so we could do some running stitch. And it's just to refresh our memories and remind us that there are, you know, what stitches are around, what stitches we can use. Gets us used to using different stitches. So like I've said before, I'm a stickler. If I've got one stitch in my mind, I'm kind of using that one and I think, right, what other stitches can I use? So it's always nice to have a little bit of variety in your repertoire. So a little bit of running stitch or ganther stitch. There we go. Okay, let's change our thread. Where's that red one gone? Let's go back to the red. I'm just going to change my needle as well because I was not feeling comfortable with that one, with the thin thread. Where can I go now? Go over here. So I'm going to do a little bit of buttonhole stitch. On this edge. It's just a little exercise to, you know, just to refresh your mind and to go around all of the edges in different stitches. Ouch, keep doing that, catching my thumb. Poor old thumb's getting in the way. Okay, so that's the buttonhole stitch. And let's just do some overcast stitch. This one here. Right, let me just finish that one off. There. So you can just go on and on. You can, putting that back. So you could do all these edges as well if you want. I'm just going to leave mine like that, I think. Actually, I'd like one there. That's looking a little bit bare. What colour? I'm going to use, I've got a little bit of green left here. Let's do a bit of green. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so I'm just going to do another overcast, I think. And that one, I think that would look nice. See how that looks. Okay, I want something down here. That's looking a little bit too bare. I'm going to go down here. So what have I got? I've got this. I know it's a different colour, but it's already out. Wait, what's that? Yep. This is just 2 strands that I've already been using off something else. It would just be going into my warts. So I've already done some running stitch that way, so let's do some running stitch this way. Actually, I'm going to do that much running stitch, then I'm going to do some feather stitch. Just get it right way around. So again, up there. Gonna pulled once there. Getting all tangled up. Okay, just a bit more feather stitch. So that's the V. It's not feather stitch, sorry, it's fly stitch. Fly is the Y. Letter Y. So if you look at it, it's a letter Y. These ones, the tails are a little bit shorter. Yeah. So we've just done that side. I don't know what's happened to this, all this. I've no idea what happened there. If it gets in the way, I'll have to snip it off. Okay, so that's our little page for today. So that was feather stitch and fly stitch. Feather, fly. So I've done a few of each. So I hope you've enjoyed. This seems quite a short one today, but I know I've done some long ones, but this is a short one today. So that's that. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will hope to see you again soon. Take care in the meantime. Bye bye.